Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're all doing well, and I'm so thankful to have you here with me today. My name is Ethan, and in this video I'll be doing a general collective energy reading. Keep in mind, this is a general collective reading, so it may not resonate with everyone, and that is okay. Please only take what resonates and discard the rest. And as a quick disclaimer, I am not a professional. I make these videos for fun, and it's just a creative outlet for me to express my intuition. Now, before I get into it, I've tried to record the same video probably like 5 times now, and every single time I try, something goes wrong. Whether I run out of storage on my phone, my cat came over and decided to throw up. It's been raining, so if you hear the little droplets of rain, sometimes it gets louder, and other times it's okay. I know it can be a little bit distracting, but I do want to get this message out to everyone. So please bear with me, I'm really trying. But this message is for those who are in the middle of emotional change, releasing old patterns and standing at a crossroads between what's familiar and what's truly aligned with your purpose. You may have been feeling emotionally overwhelmed, detached, restless, or even quietly hopeful despite everything you've been through. If this resonates, then this reading is already speaking directly to you. So let's ground our energy, open our intuition, and dive into the messages coming through for you right now. For the overall energy of this reading, I pulled the last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings, the last quarter moon in Pisces, talk less, feel more, and the new moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. Starting with the last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings, this energy comes in bold, assertive, and strong. Aries doesn't like to sit with emotions, it wants action. But this card is asking you to slow down and actually process what you're feeling instead of reacting. You may notice sudden emotional flashes, irritation, anger, frustration, or the urge to defend yourself. These emotions aren't random, they're surfacing now because they are ready to be released. You may notice repeating triggers lately, the same conversation, the same type of person, or the same emotional reaction showing up again and again. That's the universe's way of saying that this is the lesson. Look here. Your affirmation for this card is I allow myself to feel without judgment. My emotions guide me toward healing. Moving on to the last quarter moon in Pisces, talk less, feel more. Pisces energy is deeply intuitive, emotional, and spiritual. This card is a reminder that not everything needs to be explained or understood logically. Right now, silence is powerful. Stillness is healing. Your intuition is speaking louder than words ever could. You might feel drawn to music, dreams, water, meditation, or solitude. This is your soul recalibrating. Pay attention to your dreams, song lyrics, or moments where you suddenly feel emotional without fully understanding why those emotions are resurfacing. These are messages from your subconscious, and it's clearing away old energy that no longer serves you. Your affirmation for this card is I trust my intuition, I honor what I feel, even when I cannot explain it. Finally, we have the new moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. After emotional release comes renewal, and Sagittarius brings hope, faith, and expansion. This new moon energy says that your future is not defined by what you're leaving behind. A new perspective is forming, a new belief system, a new version of you that sees possibility instead of limitation. This is about choosing optimism, not blindly, but consciously. Your affirmation for this card is I choose growth over fear. I trust that something better is unfolding for me. Now, moving into the Oracle guidance cards that I pulled to help us move through this energy, again, if this resonates with you, because this is a collective reading, I pulled the Mirrors card, which says Reflections, Empathy, and Understanding, which this card keeps coming up. It's come up in probably the last 4 readings I've done, so someone needs to hear this message. Someone is really needing to hear this Mirrors card. But I also pulled the Follow the Leader card, Influence, Inspire, Collective Healing, and the Changing Winds card, Adaptable, Self-Awareness, and Decisions, which I want to straighten that a little bit. I try really hard to make these look as even as possible with like my OCD, but it's difficult to get it all lined up perfectly. But anyway, sorry, my little ADD is kicking in. But with the mirrors card, this indicates that everything around you right now is reflecting something back to you. People may be triggering you or inspiring you. Either way, they're showing you where healing is happening. So ask yourself, what am I reacting to? What feels familiar? What emotions keep resurfacing? This is where the breakthrough is. Your affirmation for this guidance card is I learn about myself through every interaction. I grow through awareness. Moving on to follow the leader, influence, inspire, collective healing. This card reminds you that your healing doesn't just affect you. Someone is watching how you move through this season. Someone is learning from how you choose yourself, how you set boundaries, and how you release what no longer serves you. Leadership here isn't about authoritarianism or control, it's about authenticity. Your affirmation for this guidance card is I lead by example, my growth inspires healing in others. And keep in mind, when you take action and choose yourself, it creates a ripple effect in the community. Even if you just talk about it with one person, believe it or not, everyone talks, and that person may go and talk about it to person B, and then person B goes to person C and D, and they talk about it, and those little ripples, those whispers, they do spread. It happens at my job. Like, it's kind of crazy how I'll talk to one person at my job who works in my department. Next thing you know, someone in a completely different department heard that news within 30 minutes, so I run into them and they ask me about it, and I'm like, So again, people do whisper. That's the unfortunate reality of society. And also, that little channeled message that I just gave y'all, it kind of goes along with that talk less, feel more. So you don't need to tell everyone your next move. You don't need to tell everyone that you're having a bad day. You can just, be more reserved. It's okay. Just take things one day at a time. Now, moving on to the Changing Winds card, adaptable, self-awareness, decisions. Things are shifting, and resistance will only create discomfort. You're being asked to adapt, to choose differently, to step out of old patterns even if it feels unfamiliar. This is a turning point. Your affirmation for this guidance card is I adapt with grace. I trust myself to make aligned decisions. Now moving into the tarot cards that I pulled to clarify this overall energy, we start with a deep transformation. The Devil and the Lovers. This is a powerful pairing. The Devil shows old attachments, habits, relationships, thought patterns, or emotional dependencies that once felt safe but now feel heavy and burdensome. The Lovers is asking you to choose differently, but it's not necessarily about love in an external, romantic or partnership way. It's more about your inner love, self-love, fulfillment. So it's about your alignment. The message here is that you're no longer meant to choose from fear. You're meant to choose from truth and authenticity. Next, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Tower reverse. This is indicating that progress is slow, steady, and intentional, but there's also a resistance to change. The Tower reversed suggests that you've been avoiding a necessary shift. You may be trying to keep something together that's already energetically falling apart. But here's the thing, this doesn't have to be chaotic or scary. When you choose change consciously and intentionally, it becomes empowering instead of painful. Your affirmation for these two cards is I allow change to happen gently. I trust the process of rebuilding. And keep in mind, that rebuilding energy, that empowerment, that's a beautiful energy because it reminds you that you are a creator of your own destiny. And I know that, it's easier said than done, and we're all on a different journey. And there are a lot of people, which I don't want to go on too much of a tangent, but there are a lot of people out there who really dislike tarot readings, and I've seen people say that we're just grifters and we're trying to just, siphon money from people. And no, there are a lot of tarot readers who do that. They tell people what they want to hear. But for me personally, I've actually been through a lot of really devastating experiences in my life. A lot of heartbreak, betrayal, abusive relationships, just being the outcast. And tarot readings really helped me. Not every tarot reading, but just the guidance, knowing that I wasn't alone, that other people were experiencing what I was going through. It really helped me even just to show up to work every day. And the last couple of years have been really transformative, but there have been breakdowns and breakthroughs. I've had people spread rumors about me at work. I went through a lot of burdens. It was really difficult, and I felt really alone. And the tarot readings, honestly, they are what got me through it. So people have their own opinions and interpretations about tarot, but my ultimate goal or mission with this channel is to let people know that they're not alone. Not to give false hope, but to remind you of the affirmations and the power of manifestation and even prayer. And I know that everyone's opinions and perspectives on spirituality and religion are different. I'm not religious, but I do understand cause and effect, and I am open-minded to spirituality. I found that, at least for me, trying to just trust the universe and believe that everything happens for a reason, it's much more constructive for me because I'm able to look at everything as a lesson. I can learn from all these lessons. But anyway, sorry for that little tangent rant. I just wanted to open up about that. Because I'm trying to be honest with everyone, very transparent with what I'm doing, because I know that there's a lot of trust involved with these readings. Now, where was I? With the Four of Wands reversed and the Star reversed, this indicates that something that once felt stable no longer does. Hope may feel distant right now, but this isn't failure, it's honesty. Healing requires acknowledging disappointment before renewal can happen. Your affirmation for these cards is, I allow myself to feel, knowing hope will return stronger. Moving into the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, this is the turning point in the reading. You're walking away, not out of anger, but out of self-respect and honesty, even if it's a bitter pill to swallow. And in doing so, you're actually reclaiming your independence, confidence, and inner peace. This is your self-worth energy. This is the glow-up energy, if you will. So your affirmation for these two cards that I wrote down is, I choose myself without guilt. I am whole on my own. Now the last four cards in the spread, they all kind of work together. The Two of Wands reversed, the Emperor reversed, the Six of Wands reversed, and the Two of Pentacles. This indicates that there may be uncertainty, imbalance, or a sense of feeling unseen, but that balance is being restored. There could be a lack of structure with that Emperor in reverse, again a lack of that external validation with the Six of Wands, and you're juggling too many things with that Two of Pentacles. And with the Two of Wands, you're afraid to take action. Alright guys, so sorry about that. My camera stopped recording for some reason. This reading has been just a nightmare to try to record. I don't know why. Spirit just does not want me to get this message out, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get through it. But anyways, what I was saying is the last four cards in the spread, it shows imbalance, a lack of structure with the Emperor, lack of external validation, recognition, or at least a feeling of feeling unseen. You're trying to balance everything with the Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands is showing like that you don't have enough information. You don't have what you intuitively or like mentally need, the clarity to move forward. At least that's the energy. So as the external validation fades, keep in mind that your inner validation can grow. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You just need to prove yourself to yourself. You need to stand in your truth. And that is where the happiness and fulfillment comes from. And something that I tell myself is that in like 100 years from now, you know, we're all going to be gone. And you can look at that in a very pessimistic way or an optimistic way. I try to look at it more optimistically because it's liberating to know that I'm free to make mistakes and to you know, do what I want to do. As long as I'm not hurting anyone or even hurting myself, if that makes sense. It's okay to make mistakes and learn and grow, but I really try to look at life as a learning experience. And, you know, I struggle with the pessimism, especially this time of year. Like right now, it's raining outside, it's just gloomy, cold, winter. But I know that whenever the spring comes back, all the, leaves will start coming out in the trees. And as soon as the leaves start to come back, it's like an instant dopamine hit. And I just get so excited. My mood lifts, and right now, that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. Because I always get so excited when the flowers come out, and I go out and look at the little bumblebees. I'm weird, so I'll actually pet the bumblebees. Like, I'll pet their backs, and they're cute. They inspire me. And that's also why with my tarot cards, I use animals, because I connect with nature. But anyway, again, I'm sorry. I'm just all over the place with this reading. I'm just talking to talk, man. So, the final takeaway as we weave all of this together is that this reading is about outgrowing what once defined you. You're not behind, you're not broken, and you're not losing anything of value. You're shedding emotional weight so that you can move forward lighter, clearer, and more aligned than ever before. The universe is guiding you toward freedom, truth, and emotional peace, and you are ready. So the affirmations that I wrote down to kind of close out this reading are: I release what no longer serves me, I trust my intuition and my timing, I choose growth, clarity, and self-respect, I am aligned with what is meant for me. Now, if this reading resonated, please let me know by liking or subscribing, or commenting a little star emoji. This will let me know that you're stepping into this new chapter consciously and with intention. But until next time, trust yourself, you're exactly where you need to be, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.